Another day of Age of Empires. But what civ should we meme with today? Well, today we're going to talk about one of the most versatile civs to meme with, Freaking Khmer. Personally, I love memeing with Khmer. It just has infinite possibilities. For example, team game strategies where you chop and then somebody else sends in. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just jump right in to these memes. Now, if you want to see a specific civilization, please let me know which civs meme strats you would like to see next in the comments. Let's go! In number 5, it has to be for me the 12-minute Khmer Night Rush. Now, I know you could focus on Tati rushes and all these other things that we've already done, but I'm focusing on memes specific for Khmer, and this one is quite specific because Khmer don't need the buildings to go up, which means that we won't need to collect any wood until we go into Castle Age for the stable. Just FYI, this does not work on Arabia because you need 4 deer in order to have enough food to get there. I guess you could send more onto berries, but then you're investing into a mill and yada yada yada. We don't want none of that. Runestones is the map that always spawns 4 deer. So when Runestones is here, make sure that you test this one out. Build order, build order, build order. 16 onto food because food is very good. When you click up, move 2 over onto gold to have enough gold to go to Castle Age. Then collect enough wood when up to Castle for a mill as well as a stables. Now you should be able to, with 7 onto food and 7 onto gold, to continuously produce knights, make your opponent's life miserable, flip the table, and you should be able to close it out without having to produce any additional villagers. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, do I like strategies that don't require additional villagers. In number 4, it's the God of the Godless build with Khmer on closed maps. 19 pop, full siege. What is not to love? As always, more details can be found about the exact build order in the book of memes. Don't let them just be dreams, make them a reality no matter the abnormality that they consist of. 20 pop, full siege with Khmer, not a problem. I really do enjoy Khmer's possibilities. You can also turn this into a monk rush with a moment's notice if you desire or require monks. Don't spoil the bonus strat, poop. Come on. What are you doing in this one? Well, we're going for the double siege workshop as previously mentioned. We're going to be making rams to break through that wall quick. You can add a whole bunch of scorpions. And if your opponent is going for mangoes, then you can add in your own mangoes to deny their mangoes. If they have castles, make sure that they don't get those castles up. And you should be able to just obliterate anything that they're able to make in feudal age while you get those high number of siege units out. Didn't I just tell you not to let them get a castle out? No problem. Add in additional rams and ram that sucker down. Put these scorpions on the perimeter so that when villagers go to attack your rams, you just shoot those villagers down. I've also had games in which they go full light cav, but scorpions Shrek light cav in high numbers. This is actually done by professionals and they can win games with this. Just keep your siege alive. Bonus strat. Actually, a Khmer 24 pop monk rush is also very, very strong and very fast. You have a very strong eco behind. Can add siege to break through those perimeter walls on closed maps. And you just vololo, vololo. You get all the essentials such as redemption. Did I mention that you can do this in a team strat where you collect all of the relics for your Lithuanian ally, thus giving him +4 attack on all of his knights? Absolutely hilarious. I really need to run this again. Sorry for the poor video quality on this one and the last one. We haven't really run these strats for quite a long period of time, but they are sublime. Talking about sublime and monks, one more thing that you can do is when Feitoria spawn in mega random, you can get a super fast castle age because you don't read any of the buildings. Just make monasteries, get redemption, get monks, and convert the opponent's Feitoria. So much fun. Where was it again? I was having too much fun. Oh yeah, number 3. It has to be the Khmer Chopper. This one is great on closed maps, giving you an in to your opponent's base. You can do this one in 1v1s, but I actually prefer running this one in... Too much changing of screens. People going crazy here. 2v2s. Why do I like this strat in 2v2s? Well, it's very simple. It's actually just strong. You chop in your ally who's making knights into the opponent's base. You can either go for full ballista elephants, but I prefer going for a more boomy approach. I know, Poop Lord Boomy not really go together, but this one I think weathers the storm quite well. You get arbs out, which is swell because they're going to be going for pikemen, which counter the knights that are in their bases. So then when you show up with a whole bunch of arbalesters in their faces, they crumble, mumble, fumble, stumble their way to defeat as you take that sweet, sweet victory. Little pat on the back here. I really think that I did quite well describing all these strategies so far. If you think that I've done a good job as well, please consider subscribing, as it would make my mother very, very proud. We do have a 4,000 subscriber goal by the end of the year, and with your help, I know that we can make it. It also pushes me to keep making this highly edited content, which takes a long period of time to make for you guys. Yeah, you say it every time. Whatever. On to numero dos. Number 2 was made for the poo. That's right, it's the Khmer House Rush. Khmer have this unique ability to hop into houses, which makes vill fighting hilarious. When your villagers are targeted by your opponent, you can simply, well, hop into your house. You can also use your houses to get into weird spots, which we definitely won't be exploiting a little bit later on. If you're a good vill fighter, I would highly recommend this strategy for you, as it's a very unique take on the vill fighting genre of games. It's unlike any other vill rush that I've ever done, although it does have some overlaps. Your finishing move is probably going to be a TC drop, although you could just get an economic advantage and then go to feudal. However, I would argue that TC dropping makes a lot of sense, as your villagers are already forwards harassing your opponent's resources. The TC just kind of solidifies that hold on your opponent. Okay, so it's now a little bit later on, and I want you to look at the top right corner and how we're going to exploit this house to the max. So he has it walled off with a palisade wall. However, we're still able to get in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out by means of garrison Oh my goodness, that is so disgusting that you can do this. Feature, not an exploit. My lawyers made me say that. I'm sure that was completely intentional, dephasing through palisades and all that good stuff. Talking about good stuff, what we got over here? Oh, you probably already guessed it. In number 111111111, let's have some fun. It's time for 8 Pop Khmer Scout Rushing. Personally, I just find this strategy profoundly fun. There's something so tilting about losing to this. Commercial interruption. You know what's also tilting? Losing all of your turkeys underneath the frickin' TC. That was dirty, Poop. That was so dirty. Sorry, play on. Losing to this, realizing that you were light years ahead of your opponent. It's simple to execute. Anybody, any elo can do this build without too much trouble. Yeah, you might be able to get to feudal 10 or 20 seconds faster if you have a higher ELO or manage your scouts better, but anybody can do this strategy, and that's what I love about it. Game over? We didn't even get to see the scouts. 1600 elo. Let's go. Let's see some bonus action. Dang, that last game simply ended too fast. I didn't even get to talk about the build. The build is relatively simple. You just go for a total of 7 onto food, because food is very good for clicking up to the next age. Once you are going to feudal age, you're going to chop down a little bit of wood, 25 to be specific. You could also go 25 and then 50 over so that you can later drop a tower, because towers give you the power to get into walled off areas. Man, that was a mouthful. My opponent is trolling me with a Berber villager rush maybe coming my way. I don't know. What I do know is that I go for those high collection food rates first. We're going deer and we're going boar. Up, and it's time to scout out my opponent. We want to find resources that we can hit with our large number of scouts. It is very, very important that we keep our scouts alive. That's the only way that this strategy can thrive. AOE2 quiz, you can play whatever way you want to play, and we're going to do that same thing today. Here come the scouts, little darling. It's alright. Do 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 do. Here come the. But where are the scouts? Oh my god, did you really forget to set a waypoint? Set a waypoint forwards when you're going to be making mass scouts. Useful things are useful. Oh my god. I'm so embarrassed. And just because I haven't done it yet, that was really unnecessary. You did not need to do that just because you've done that in previous videos. GG no re. Keep on walking. Poop Lord out.